There he is, Axe. Just like I said.
Good job. I'll take care of him.
Think you're going somewhere, pretty boy?
I see that the cutthroat business continues to flourish.
You're not just talking to any old bandits here. We're called the Reapers. Now, Lord Sarwick will come with us quietly. I can be very unpleasant when there's too much noise.
If you know who I am, then you know that I am of a noble family. If anything happens to me, the Watch will be on your tail for the rest of your miserable lives. That seems a large price to pay for a bounty.
Don't worry about us. Once we've gotten the bounty, we'll have more than enough to pay off the City Watch.
What reward are you talking about?
You are kin to Gawain Sarwick, are you not? A man worth 100 gold dragons.
It's his bloody brother, I tell you. He has to know.
Who would put a bounty of 100 gold dragons on my brother's head? That's madness!
'Twas the Watch, pretty boy, and none other. Your brother is accused of killing Lord Sarwick of Riverspring. A damned kinslayer.
I still fail to understand the link between the reward for my brother and me. No one has put a bounty on my head as far as I know.
Perhaps. But you must know where he is. If you don't want to tell us, we'll spread the word that we beat you to a pulp. So your brother will show his face, and then we'll have him.
Right. Since I can't reason with you, let's settle this with steel. The Light of R'hllor will welcome you home.
Right. Once I've broken all of your teeth, you'll beg me to release you to your god.
Halt! What's going on here? Disarm yourself immediately in the name of the king.
Shit! Gold cloaks. We'll see you again, lordling. The Reapers never forget an enemy.
Can you explain all of this to me, my lord?
These thieves attacked me. I simply defended myself.
I have never seen you in the city before, sir. Could you tell me your name?
My name is Alistair Sarwick.
Now I understand why you were attacked. You're the brother of the man accused of killing his father. This story certainly has tongues wagging. Your brother has quite a bounty on his head. And since the populace is starving to death, it could cause you problems. Keep your eyes open.
Thank you for your consideration.
Whatever the case, your attackers bolted like rats. Do you have any notion of who they were?
They claim to be called the Reapers. Does that mean anything to you?
Perhaps. A couple of useless brutes and thieves who crawl through the city sewers. Petty thugs for the most part. Their boss must be quite clever to still be working after all these years. But we'll get them sooner or later, trust me.
Sir, just a croak.
So, you were their lookout, were you? Now that they're gone, you're all alone. And you will suffer the consequences of your actions.
Please, oh please, my lord. I had no choice.
Enough. I will not be swayed by your lies.
Oh, mercy. Believe me that I'm ashamed, my lord. You were so good to me. I beg of you, take pity on an old man. With me frail hands made useless by my illness, I can no longer work. When I see a chance to earn a little coin, how can I pass it up?
Another man would have slit your throat for less. Now disappear.
Oh, my thanks, my lord. Many thanks.
Spare a croak for a thirsty man. A cup of wine is all I ask. Sir.
The Sarwick residence is not far from here.
A cup of wine is all I ask.
It's the men of the Watch.
They've come to get Sarwick. The one with the price on his head.
Death to the Kinslayer!
Hold him!
We only found the servants, Lord Wex.
Do you jest? There was no one else?
No, my lord.
Gawain is not here, Sir Valar.
Valar.
I'm searching for your master, Gawain Sarwick. You won't save him, but you can still save yourself. Tell me where he is.
We don't know where he is. He's not been hit for months.
take him to the Red Keep.
No, I haven't done anything. I know nothing. Let me go!
Lambert, no! Leave him be, please, sir! My lord, mercy. My husband is a good man and loyal to the crown. He knows nothing.
Jenna! Jenna! No! Why by the seven?
Oh, awful!
Sir, the crowd is restless.
Let them be restless. Wex, have this residence watched. I'll let you know if I manage to drag anything out of this lackey.
Valar.
Alistair. So, the rumors of your return were true. That red priest arriving in the middle of the ceremony like a ghost from the past. That was you. Did you return to go to your brother's execution?
Gawain was arrested?
Not yet, but it shouldn't be too long. I will personally make sure of it.
Do you really need to massacre our servants to find our brother?
Oh, so now we're brothers, are we? Yet when we were children, that was out of the question. I was just a bastard in your eyes. Now I serve the Queen, and I have orders to stop your kinslayer of a brother.
What is certain is that Gawain's people had nothing to do with the death of our father, Valar.
How can you be so sure? Don't worry, though. I'll make them talk. And it's Sir Valar now. Lord Tywin Lannister himself knighted me.
I am not surprised. The powerful enjoy surrounding themselves with rabid dogs.
I only do what is asked of me, and I'm rewarded in kind. A Lannister always pays his debts.
Yes, but at what price? So, tell me, how is it that the Crown personally gave you this task?
This task is normally for the Watch, but the Queen personally requested that one of her trusted men settle this matter. After all you made me endure when we were young. Rest assured that it is a pleasure to have been given this task. Moreover, Gawain could have gotten in my way as the legitimate heir. But once he's lost his head, I doubt he'll bother me again.
Don't count on it, Valar. I have returned, and I intend to keep you from perpetrating your crimes.
Whatever claims and duties you had towards the Sarwick family, you turned your back on them long ago. River Spring will soon be mine, and no one will stop me.
I was not in exile, Valar. I left of my own free will, and I am free to return whenever I see fit. I am the legitimate son of Lord Sarwick.
You were the heir, but you abandoned your inheritance 15 years ago.
Trust me, Valar. It was better for you that I left. Whatever happens, I shall be the Lord of River Spring.
And yet, you cannot ignore that I am betrothed to your sister, Eliana. By all the laws of the realm, River Spring will go to me when we are wed, and there is nothing you can do about that. As you can see, the interests of the Sarwicks will soon be my own, dear big brother. It was time someone took care of them.
I heard of this charade. Don't delude yourself too much, Valar. I shall put a stop to it.
This alliance was decided by the Crown itself, and Eliana fully consented. You see, it's all been taken care of. Like for Gawain, who will be found and judged for his crime. It is the royal will, Alistair. It would not be prudent to oppose it.
The Crown will first hear what I have to say. I will go and request an audience, and we shall see about my brother and this marriage. You're going after Gawain. You plan on marrying Eliana. From one day to the next, you go from a bastard without a lineage to being an heir to River Spring. Don't try to convince me that you're content to go along with the royal will. This isn't going to lead me anywhere. Once my rights have been re-established, I will once again be Lord Sarwick. And I will find my brother.
Don't count on it. I'm in charge of the matter. The Sarwick Manse will remain sealed until further notice. The City Watch will keep an eye on it, so stay away from this house. Do not get in my way, Alistair, I'm warning you.
Trust me, we will meet again. Tell me, I saw you in the hands of the Gold Cloaks earlier. You are a servant of Gawain, are you not?
Leave me be. I've done nothing wrong. I'm no one. I know nothing.
Calm down. I am not with them. I mean you no harm.
No harm? That's what they told Janna as well, while they dragged us outside. Poor Janna. She may have been a poxy bitch who was always haranguing me about my heavy drinking, but she didn't deserve what she got. In the Mother's name, she didn't deserve what she got. When Master Gawain sees the misfortune that has befallen his poor household, he will not be happy. He'll be enraged, more like.
About that, I am Alistair Sarwick, his brother. I am here to find him. Tell me what has happened here.
Oh, in the Father's name, poor me, Master Gawain's brother. 1,000 pardons, my lord. I didn't know. My name is Hub, your brother's groom. With all due respect, he did not discuss family often. If truth be told, he never mentioned having a brother.
How could it be otherwise? Gawain was not but a child when I left Riverspring.
How so?
I won't dally on this matter any longer, groom, but note that I am here to help. Please tell me what happened.
The City Watch entered the home by force and demanded to speak with the Master, but they did not find him. It had been a long time since we'd seen him here anyway. He sometimes sent us instructions. We received a letter not long ago. The steward Lambert kept it. He knew how to read, he did. That's actually why they took him away. He knew a bit more than the others. The mother take pity on him.
That seems important. Did the steward mention the letter's contents?
Aye, he said that Lord Gawain was headed to King's Landing, and that we had to prepare for his arrival. But judging from the face he made, there was something else written, and not good tidings.
Do you know what has happened to the letter?
The Gold Cloaks ransacked the house. It must be lost somewhere in the jumble. I must also warn you that a woman's letter arrived the other day, perfumed and all. Lambert made that one disappear right quickly. He said it was Master Gawain's private affairs, and that it wasn't to be gossiped about.
What did he do with it?
Lambert hid all important documents in a special hiding place. It's in his room, upstairs.
Interesting. With a little luck, the Watch won't have found it. I need those letters.
Did you see the Gold Cloaks at the door, my lord? It's dangerous.
I need those letters, Hub. It is very important. Is there another entrance not being guarded by the City Watch?
Perhaps. The service trapdoor leading to the cellar behind the house. Would that do?
Are the men of the City Watch not watching it?
I have no idea. But it's Gawain they were interested in, not the house itself.
Let us go. Show me the way.
Very well. But let us pick up the pace. I've no desire to remain here. Watch out, my lord!
The masses are fickle, are they not? Just a moment ago, they all cried out against the traitors, wanting a share of their blood. The woman dies, and they turn away, horrified, suddenly pious. If you want my opinion, this is a perfect example of human hypocrisy.
That woman was guilty of nothing. The people don't like it when some soldier gets away with killing an innocent in broad daylight. It might very well be their turn tomorrow. Whether or not they deserve it, they won't be able to do a thing to stop it. It is not a pleasant notion.
An interesting idea, my lord. I think, though, that they'll quickly try to forget this incident. In a week or in a month, they'll come enjoy the next execution with the same eagerness. And here I am, wagging my tongue. I've already kept you too long, my lord. May the Seven guard you.
Here we are. Do you see the trapdoor over there? It leads into the cellar. Practical and discreet. I've used it many a time coming home from the tavern.
And not a guard in sight. Perfect. I'll take it over from here.
Once you're down there, climb to the ground floor. Careful, the cellar is somewhat badly lit. Lambert hid his papers in his quarters, in a small recess behind an old shield. The woman's letter should be there. As for the other, well now, I don't know what to tell you. Check all the rooms. It must be somewhere.
I'll find it. Not to worry.
May the Seven be with you, Lord.
No, this door opens onto the square. Not exactly a discreet exit. Our manse was ransacked. The City Watch really had a field day. I see. It would appear that my little brother developed an infatuation for one of Shataya's whores. I must pay her a visit. This Falina might know where to find Gawain.
Unbelievable. We have guards at every entry point, but there's always a rat who manages to crawl in. Come on, men. There's vermin to get rid of here.
Now here's a visitor who brings back pleasant memories. Is that really you, Sir Alistair?
It has been a long time, Shataya.
It has been years since you honored us with your presence. It's been so long. I thought you'd lost interest in houses of pleasure.
You weren't wrong about that. My eyes have been opened to the light of R'hllor, and I took up the red robes of priesthood.
The gods gave us voices with which to sing their praises, hands to build their temples, and desire to honor them through our lovemaking.
You haven't changed, Shataya, but I have.
Excellent. If there's anything I can do to lighten your worries, it would be my pleasure. Just ask.
I'm looking for a certain Falena. Is she one of the girls in this house?
Falena is one of my most enchanting girls, and she is well educated. She will be just impertinent enough to please you, my dear. I'm surprised that you know her.
I learned that she was, rather close to my brother.
Of course. I should have known. Gawain very much enjoyed Falena's attentions. Would you care to spend some time in her pleasant company?
It would be a pleasure.
Do go upstairs. Her room is at the end of the corridor on the left. She has been rather sad as of late. Perhaps you will succeed in comforting her.
I'll see what I can do.
You must be cheating, you little slut, I know it.
Mayhaps my hat's... That way you could be sure I don't have any cards hiding about my body.
Many pardons, my lord, but are you not Sir Alistair Sarwick? I heard tell that you had returned to the Seven Kingdoms.
Indeed. You appear to know much about me. To whom do I have the honor of speaking?
I realize that my impromptu intervention might have startled you, my lord, but pray, do not take umbrage. The return of a war hero could not help but attract my attention, particularly when his return proves to be so ostentatious.
I won no honors in the war, just scars. But you have yet to introduce yourself.
Your modesty does you honor, my lord. You forged quite a name for yourself fighting for King Robert in his rebellion. Excuse my rudeness. I've not yet told you my name. I am Lord Varys, and I hope you will count me as a friend. We never crossed paths 15 years ago, but perhaps you have heard of me?
Lord Varys. Oh yes, I know you. You were Master of Whisperers to old King Aerys Targaryen. I did not recognize you, disguised as you are. I remember a more elegant man of the court.
Well, I am delighted to hear that. Let us simply say that I sometimes prefer to go unnoticed.
You haven't changed. Already in the time of Aerys, it was said that you had eyes in every court in Westeros, and that you knew everything about everyone. We rebels called you the Spider. Some of our lords were wary of you. You made some enemies along the way.
Alas, the people of the Seven Kingdoms have little affection for eunuchs. All of those noble knights and grand lords are loath to risk their reputations with informers and spies. But in the Game of Thrones, information is power. Those who most despise us are often the first to benefit from our whispers.
Please pardon my curiosity, Lord Varys, but I find it surprising to see a person of your ilk frequenting houses of ill repute.
Well, there are 1,000 little nothings to be learned in this sort of establishment. Whores make men talkative, you understand. And since King Robert was kind enough to keep me in my position, I have much to do here.
It would really surprise me if our meeting were purely chance.
Indeed, but my intentions are good. I wanted to discuss the Baratheon rebellion.
Why not? There is one question that I have never been able to be free of. Do you believe that the rebellion was a good thing, after all is said and done? Is King Baratheon a better king than Targaryen?
Old King Aerys was mad, my lord. Mad and cruel. That no one can deny. His habit of burning the great people of the kingdom alive could only bring him to ruin. After that, any idiot could have passed for a good king. As for His Majesty, Robert, his subjects loved him. Of that I have little doubt. But he pays little heed to matters of the realm and remains blind to the enemies around him. I fear that a new storm brews on the horizon. Does that knowledge make you regret your part in the rebellion?
Some good came of it all the same. I find comfort in telling myself that all was not done in vain.
You were just one young knight amongst hundreds of others, and Tywin Lannister was always a demanding master. He dragged you into that war and you carried out your duty as a bannerman.
At the time, Lord Tywin wanted a foot in each camp. When he ordered us to fight for Robert, I chose to follow his orders, yes.
Why such bitterness, my friend? You fought valiantly, and more importantly, you were on the winning side. You could have brought renown, fortune, and glory to your house, if you had so wished. And yet, when the time came to reap the benefits of your efforts, you turned away and left Westeros. I admit that I do not understand why.
The rebellion was not nearly as noble as it is portrayed in the tales and songs. You yourself know that. It is one thing to face an armed enemy. It is quite another to attack those who are already vanquished. Let us say that the last orders that I received left a bad taste in my mouth. I preferred to go. I did not want glory won in that manner.
It was a courageous decision, sir. It is often easy to forget that it is our choice whether or not to obey. Perhaps it would interest you to learn that your old squire, Valar, did not spurn the honors as you did. Lord Tywin Lannister covered him in gold and knighted him to reward him for his exploits and his unfailing loyalty.
For his unspeakable brutality, you mean to say? I had the opportunity to behold his work again in the square. Such a wild beast should not be left to roam free, much less granted a command. It is an invitation to disaster.
Have a care, my friend. Sir Valar has become an important member of the court. He is a faithful supporter of Queen Cersei's, and he could cause you great harm if you were to make him an enemy. I strongly recommend that you avoid making such remarks in public.
Valar is not only my old squire, he is also my half-brother. He may very well be as poisonous as an asp, but he cannot silence me. Not today, not ever.
I hope for your sake that you know what you're doing, my friend. Now, I'm afraid that I must beg your leave. Please excuse me. I'm afraid that my little birds are always chirping and demanding my attention. Make the most of your stay with Chataya. I hope to see you again soon.